My time starts now. Climate change is not only an environmental crisis, instead it is a taste of justice. Good morning, respected educators, my fellow debaters, plus the House of Knowledge. My name is Nyam Gaudevi, and I stand proudly as the member of government to strongly support the motion which is stating that this House believes developed countries should compensate developing countries for climate damage. Dear respected educators, the opening government has already proven to you that developed countries are the one in charge of the pollution which is being there in the whole world. But for us, we are not going to repeat their voice of choice, but we are bringing another contribution, another extension in this debate. This is to me that they have proven a little to create. Now, what we are going to do is this. We are bringing two critical realities. The first reality is this. Climate compensation is not charity, instead it is justice. The second reality. Now, without compensation, the global climate cooperation itself will collapse directly. So, dear respected educators, before going any further, I would like to first refute on what the opposition have said. First, these people have said that they have said that every country should solve its own problem. But remember, climate change is a global problem, not a single nation problem. Please, listen to me though. How can climate change be called an individual national problem when greenhouse gases are affecting the whole world? Impossible. Again, the opposition have claimed that compensation will create dependency. That's what they have claimed. But remember, let's be realistic. When insurance companies compensate accident victims, then do we call it charity? Or do we call it independence? Or we call it responsibility? This is responsibility, please. It is not charity. Let me proceed with my points. My arguments. The first argument is stating that climate compensation is justice, not charity. Respected educators, opposition wants this debate to sound like poorer countries are demanding from developed countries. But remember, today countries such as Mozambique and Kenya are polluting only less of the pollution which is being given. But you know what, judges? They are members of the House. These people who are polluting almost nothing are the ones suffering the most. This is unfair. And then judges. So that's why we ask a simple question. How can the countries that caused the fire refuse to have those trapped inside the burning house? You are the one to cause the fire, and you are refusing to have those trapped inside the burning house. Impossible. It's unfair. So the second, without compensation, climate cooperation will collapse. Then, let us move beyond morality and let's enter into a global political reality. Yes, hello?
You kept talking about justice, so let me give you a question. If Uganda is polluting, has this industry, and we have Rwandan borders that are actually suffering from it, are you going to make the United States pay for that? And how would that be just? And how would that be responsible? Plus, when you're talking about compensation and you're talking about justice, let me ask you a question. Who is going to pay? Which country is going to pay? And what are you going to base on making that country pay? And which country is going to get paid? And what are you going to base on?
Thank you very much, the speaker, for a good question. I will start by the last one you have said. You've said which country is going to pay. I've said it. Those countries which are developed are the one polluting the most, so they should pay. Then, how much will they pay? Of course, it will depend on how much the country is polluting. If the United States is having 200 industries, it's the one to compensate so much money. And then, again, you're saying which country to be paid? Of course, the whole world is being affected. These developing countries, the whole world should be compensated. So, let me proceed with my brains. Now, I was going to move into beyond morality and climate confirmation. Now, developed countries are constantly told reduce emissions, please, protect forests, but they do nothing about it. This is exactly why compensation matters. Now, if wealthy countries refuse responsibility, our economy, if wealthy countries refuse responsibility, developing countries will understandably ask the same question. Why should we sacrifice our economic growth for a problem we didn't cause? We didn't cause the problem, and we are the ones suffering the worst. Impossible judges. So, respected educators, ladies and gentlemen, this debate is about fairness. The countries that contributed the least to climate change are the ones suffering the most. This is not justice, it is abandonment. So, for all of these reasons, this House flagrantly supports the motion. And let's do this.